Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm hoping to put out weekly and monthly videos focusing on budgeting and saving money, anything to kind of help out with everything as expensive as it is and people, really, including us, really struggling to kind of make ends meet. We are a family of three. There's myself, my husband, and we have a young child. We are a two-income household. There's a full-time income and a part-time income. So they are paid differently. One's monthly, one's weekly. So I'm hoping to do weekly and monthly videos. I say hoping because I have not done YouTube before. I am brand new to YouTube and I have no idea what I'm doing. So this might be a complete flop, but I love watching kind of budgeting and cash envelope stuffing videos because I find them really inspiring, and there are a lot of them where people are stuffing hundreds and hundreds of pounds or dollars or thousands of dollars, and I just feel like that is not realistic for most people. So I think it's important to have kind of channels out there that are really more realistic for everyday people, I suppose. So we have, up until this point, we have been saving money for different things, but all of that money has kind of gone into a savings account, and it's just one savings account. So it's been very easy to lose track of how much is in there and what is supposed to be allocated to what. So I'm hoping that by doing this, it's going to help keep me more accountable. I suppose that's what I'm hoping. So even if this is literally just a video that I watch back in a little while, then it'll be fine. It'll be interesting to make at the very least. So first things first. This is quite a big stuff. Because like I say, it's all of this money has gone into a bank account, so I've withdrawn it and I'm going to put it into cash wallets, envelopes, whatever, that I can physically see the money kind of accumulating for different purposes. So first things first, we need to count it. So I'm obviously in the UK, if you have not guessed by the accent. So we're working in pounds. So that's 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, so that's 490, there's 10 here, so that's £502.50. So like, as I say, that's quite a big stuff. A weekly stuff, I mean it's Friday at the moment, so the weekly pay has just come in. So it would not normally be this much, but like I say, because it's coming out of the bank account to go into envelopes, we will see. So the first thing that we are really kind of saving for at the moment is a holiday later in the year, and we need to save 500 for that. And as I say, because the money was going into a savings account, we weren't really seeing the money accumulating, or we were, but it wasn't specifically allocated to anything in particular. So what I've done is I've made these laminated envelopes. They've got paper on one side, they are clear on the other, so I can easily see which ones are full. I've got 10 of them, so I need to put 50 into each, so I'm going to put 150 into these today. 20, 40, 60, let's do some tens, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, let's do some 5, because I've got a lot of 5s. What did I say that was? 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that's 150 that is going to go into these. So we're going to have 3 envelopes filled, and it's nice and easy and visual, so I know that I've got 150 quid towards the holiday. Whereas previously there was money in the account and I could have blown it all on the holiday, but then we wouldn't have had money for everything else. So 20, 40, 50 can go into the first. I feel like it's really important to have that kind of visual aid. I'm a very visual person, like with, oh, what can I think of? Okay, mess. If I cannot see it, it does not get cleaned. So I am the queen of shoving mess into the cupboard. And 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. And then that's it. That is my cleaning. I do nothing else. It just gets hidden. I feel like that happens. It happens with my PayPal account as well. I sell the odd bit on like Facebook Marketplace. And because my PayPal account is separate to my bank accounts, I have sometimes accumulated money in there that I completely forget about, which is nice, but also that money is then not working for me because it's sitting in a PayPal account. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. So we're about a third of the way there for the holiday, which is great. It's not until September, so we've got plenty of time to save. And then I'm going to put those full ones to the back, and then it's a nice visual, and I know exactly how much is in there. And yeah, we're well on our way. So, sorry, I've got a little list over here, just telling me what's going where. So this is my newly purchased cash envelope organizer thing. It is very newly purchased. I have labelled some of the envelopes inside, but the actual I've not kind of started using like it came with like budgeting sheets. Can I see one? Yes. So it came with a budgeting sheet like this. I have laminated because I wanted to be able to reuse them because I am cheap and, let's say, frugal and environmentally conscious. So I wanted to be able to reuse them. But I'm not 100% certain how many of these pockets I'm going to use because at the moment we may not be, I don't know, maybe I've not broken it up into enough categories, and I don't know, we'll see. So at the moment I've got my weekly spend, which there is a little bit of money left over. So we've got the envelope again. It's one of those little laminated envelopes that I made, and there are 250, 70, £2.75 left. So that's going to go back in, mainly because this month, the final week until payday is actually about 11 days. So we've only got £20 to go in here because it's not a full week. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a 10. And then I'm going to put the change in there because I'm more likely to spend it. Made a complete hash of that. So yeah, so this is literally just to last us until Wednesday, and this is currently Friday. So we've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so that's 20, and then we're going to put, I'm even going to put the pennies back in because there's the weekend, and I just feel like 20 quid is going to be a bit of a stretch. So we've got 22.75 left, not left, we've got it in there, and that's to last till Wednesday. The fun money we're going to do later. So this one is actually, so we get, because we're in the UK, we get child benefit for our child. We only have one. child, that is, not child benefit, although we only have one of those too. So we get £87.20 every 4 weeks, and the plan up until this point, it's kind of gone into the just been put into the pot and has been spent, but the tiny human is getting a bit more needy. So things like shoes, they grow out of those very quickly. Wanting toys and day trips and doing activities like playgroups and stuff. So I've decided that every time the child benefit comes in, I'm going to withdraw 85 of it just for ease, and I'm going to put a certain amount into 4 categories. So we're going to have money for activities and day trips, toys, or anything else like scooters or stuff. Most of the stuff we get like second hand off Facebook Marketplace anyway, to be honest, so it's not terribly expensive. Clothes or shoes, so I'm going to take 85 out of here. So we need 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and that's going to go into these. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Perfect. So we're going to do 20. They definitely need shoes. They have massive feet. It's been commented on by some other parents that I know that they have children 2 years older than mine that are just going into the size that my child is just growing out of. So we've got 20 in there. Yes, 20 in there. 20 in toys. It's not, I'm not going to spend, and I'd like to point out that this is every 4 weeks, so 20, some people might think, oh, £20 for toys. It's £5 a week. And like I say, it's to cover things like scooters or a trampoline for the garden or something like that. And then day trips and activities. We've tried a couple of playgroups and things, and they love those. So, yeah, so that's the child benefit. We'll see if it works. It might end up that I don't use it, and it might end up going back into like the bulk pot of money. So gifts, I've decided I hate being stuck. So like a birthday comes up, or there are a couple of months of the year where you've got 27 birthdays and you've got no money, so I hate being caught short. So I've decided £10 a week can go into my gift fund. I'm going to start it off with 30 quid because, yeah, just because. So I'm going to start it off with 30 quid, so 3 weeks worth. And this means that over the course of the year we will have saved £520, and as I have previously mentioned, I am pretty cheap, so I generally do either homemade gifts or something second hand that I've refurbished or upcycled or something. And yeah, so hopefully that £520 will cover gifts through the year for other people, and may possibly cover Christmas as well if I am thrifty with it. So this one is we have a boat, and it has been sat for quite a while because we bought it just before all of the prices went up, and yeah, so it's kind of sat unused. So I've decided I'm going to put £20 a week aside to go towards work that needs doing on the boat. And yeah, it may not be a priority for other people, but I want to use my boat. So I mean, with the cost of boats, it's going to take a long time at £20 a week to actually get enough money to do anything to it. But it makes me feel happy knowing that I am putting money aside that will help us get out on the water. So I'm going to start with 3 weeks worth again. So I'm going to start with 20, 40, 50, £60 is going to go into my boat fund. I feel just ridiculous. I feel like the boat fund should not have been included in this, because I'm talking about struggling to afford stuff, and then I'm putting money into a chivalrous fund like a boat. Anyway, judge me if you like. Anyway, so this is savings. Yeah, I mean, that's self-explanatory. I'm still trying to justify having a boat fund. Anyway, savings. So this is just kind of a general, it's not anything in particular, but money is going aside for anything that might, so if the microwave blew up or we needed a new kettle, which we do, stuff like that, we can just put a little bit of money aside. And again, I'm going to start that with 3 weeks worth. Yeah, so I'm going to put 60, 20, 40, 60 into there. And that is going to be, yeah, just, it's going to be nice to have, because it's always horrible being caught short if there's something that you need. So that can go into there. As I say, none of this, I've done the pretty wallets, but none of this is kind of labelled. So that's all of the ones that I thought of. Since getting the second job, we have decided we're going to put a little bit of money aside for like a takeout or a date night or something, or ice cream at the beach or something like that. So I'm going to put 40 in there. 20, 30, let's do some fives. I've got far too many fives. I can't remember if I asked for them or if I was just arbitrarily given an absolute buttload of fives. So fun money, just because, you know, the second job, the part-time income is relatively new, and before that we were not struggling, but we were uncomfortable, shall we say. We weren't quite comfortable on just the one income, so we've not had a lot of fun money, so that will be nice to have. And I'm trying to think, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that, I'm going to leave that as it is, and then I'm going to take the 55 and I'm going to put it in my weekly envelope challenge thing. So there's loads of people doing this, and I've really not been doing it for very long. So I've got all of my envelopes, I even colour coded, but they're all numbered 1 to 52. I've actually filled 52. So they're all, yes, I have filled 52. So when I've been doing my little savings, if I've had money left over from the weekly money, anything left over has gone into my envelopes, and by the end of 52 weeks I will have £1,378, which will be lovely. So with my 55 I'm going to fill a couple of these, so I'm thinking, I think I'll do 40 and 15. And what I'll probably end up doing, which I have just done with those ones, because I'd filled a lot of the smaller envelopes, I then kind of condensed all of that money and filled some of the bigger numbers, because they are more daunting. So 20, 30, 35, 40 is going into this one. But yeah, I mean, I've seen loads of savings challenges where people have just found some way to motivate themselves. And then 15 is going into this one. Yeah, some way to motivate themselves to save money, and they've sort of made it a game, which I think is, if it works for you, then great. So I've got a little chunk of money, and like I say, by the end of the year, once they are all filled, I can fill the 2 as well with my £2, and I'm going to put the 50p into my weekly. So yeah, anything that works for you, if it's little games, if it's visual aids, if it's having a goal in mind, whatever, anything that works for you, that inspires you or encourages you to save money or be better with your budget, then do it, try it, have a go. So that's it. I've got my weekly savings challenge, I've got my wallets with all of my kind of weekly / monthly money, and then I've got my holiday fund, which is filling up nicely. So I hope that this was entertaining, inspiring, interesting, whatever. I just hope it was something, and I hope that I watch it back and actually do another one instead of thinking, oh dear Lord, that was horrific and I'm never doing that again. Because it was fun to do, so let's see what happens. Wonderful. Okay, I'll see you next time.